There are people who have spent thousands of dollars on ships in Star Citizen, and those ships still don't even exist. There are people that have bought ships and have been waiting years for them to make the ship. They literally pre-ordered a ship in a video game that they've not even started working on beyond like concept art. And those same people are the ones that will defend like CIG and Robert Space Industries. They'll defend the developers for doing that, even when other people call them out for it. And again, I've mentioned this a bajillion times. I didn't realize how well our Star Citizen video was doing. But in this video, I called out how slimy their monetization practices were and everything. And specifically what I outlined in the video was that this is not sustainable, because ultimately they are running out of money, and I think that's why they're growing desperate. And beyond that, I think that they are trying to find a way to break into the mainstream to get people like you and me to buy it for $70 at like a full price multiplayer game, and then to also buy Squadron 42 for like $70 on top of that. And so they're trying to find a way to break into that, you know, pierce that veil into the mainstream. The problem is people like you and me will not tolerate $800 ships or $500 ships or any of this nonsense. But they have an entire player base that is accustomed to it and even expects and demands it, because they charge this much and then they pay it, and then they're upset if there's discussions of making it available to everybody, you know? And that's the problem, is that if I, you know, buy the game in 2026 when it launches in 1.0, if it ever gets there, I know it's not likely, but still, if I bought the game and I get like this cruise ship that they have for in game, you know, I don't pay anything extra for it, or one of the big giga ships for a clan, and we get it included in the ship because we paid for the $120 deluxe edition. So I effectively paid an extra like $40 for the game, or $50. In exchange, I get this ship. So I basically paid $50 for this massive ship. There's going to be people who are like, I paid $500 for it. What are you talking about? No, I should get a refund, or you shouldn't get the same ship. So there's going to be outrage from the players at that point. And beyond that, I think you're also going to end up in a situation where CIG also feels like they can't make a profit, or can't make enough profit if their margins aren't wide enough. So they aren't going to want to sell the ships at that cheap. But if they launch Star Citizen on console or something, and they're charging hundreds of dollars for ships, that will not go over well. That will not go over well. And so I just think they're going to be in for a rude awakening if they try to get away with that. So I think, you know, they're in a tough spot. They're trying to break into the mainstream, but their pricing model is not mainstream friendly at all. So they got to figure out some way of either reworking their monetization model or getting modern players accustomed to that. And I just don't know how they're going to pull that off. I really don't. I have no clue. It's beyond my pay grade. I don't think they're in a great spot though, because I think the average gamer is not gonna tolerate it. There are whales. Yes, we looked at that guy earlier on the stream, and he had spent $32,000 on NBA 2K microtransactions. That's one thing, but he is an exception, which is why that screen cap or screen grab went viral. He's the exception to the rule. In Star Citizen, I feel like a huge majority of players who are actively playing it regularly have spent not $32,000, but hundreds probably on the game. That's just my experience. And I think once you go into the mainstream, into the broader gaming public, you can't have that. It just won't work. It just won't work. They'll be selling crafting blueprints too, and yeah, all sorts of stuff, dude. If they can sell it, they will. They will find a way to sell it. It's just, I don't think console players will bite. I just don't think so. But we'll see. They're going to try.